Okay, so Ted, tell us a little bit about where we are in the history of this place.
The history of this place is amazing. We're 55 years old this year, and it's grown just with volunteer labor. And you can see behind us this 1900s depot, and this railroad that is serviced by the depot where you can come and bring your family to ride the train. It's just terrific, and it's all done with volunteers.
Where has some of this equipment come from?
Well, it's funny. It's come from the hills of Oregon or from Czechoslovakia. And then right here from South Bend, the University of Notre Dame has given us some equipment that it didn't need anymore for their engineering labs and things like that. So we're very lucky to have all these different artifacts here that would have never otherwise been in a collection.
Now, is this just seasonal for the holidays?
You know what? No, this event is very near and dear to my heart and a lot of our volunteers' hearts. But it doesn't stop here. We'll run 2 weekends in December, but then we'll start back up in Memorial Day weekend when we kick off our steam season, and we'll run steam trains and steam equipment like the sawmill and an electric light plant, and put on basically when people walk in this campus, we want them to be walking back into a different era.
Okay, and so tell me a little bit about this machinery right here.
This is incredible machinery. These are 350 horsepower steam engines, and they ran at the Sanders Sawmill Company. And now it's Walnut Street Hardwoods. This engine was actually their original engine. They donated this one to us, and then this one replaced it. And when the mill burned, they actually donated this one. Our volunteers have restored them, and they run here under steam in the summertime.
Okay, and will you talk a little bit about the track that is out here? And I understand there's more than one, right?
Right, we've got 3 different sizes of trains. So we've got a full-size railroad that's narrow gauge, and it runs 2.5 miles through our property. We've got 155 acres that it runs through, and it's a very scenic ride through the woods, and it winds around like an old logging railroad. We've got also a 14-inch gauge railroad that we're running today, and that was a railroad that was developed for very small amusement parks that would dot the urban landscape. And then we've got 1.5-inch scale railroads that are actually scaled down steam trains from railroad blueprints to 1.5 inches to the foot. So they're about 1/8 size. And adults can ride on them. And we've got about a mile's worth of track of that too. And it's really fun for adults, no matter how old of a kid you are. It's fun to ride any of those trains. But really, hopefully when people come to ride the trains, they get a little piece of history that they can leave with their kids. So this is our 1930s soda fountain, and as you can see, it's got the historic tile floor. We've got commissioned artwork, watercolors, in 1920s vintage, and then I'm going to take you right back here, back behind the bar. This is the bar from Schlip's Pharmacy in Sawyer, Michigan, and right now we're serving delicious ice cream out of it. Even though it's cold, they love it. And this is our head soda jerk, Ricardo, and we're serving up homemade sodas, malts, shakes, right from this historic bar. And you know, the iconic malt mixer back here, this back bar, this is all from 1930, and it still operates today.
Okay, and so again, remind people what is today, and then how can they get more information if they would like to come here with their family?
This weekend is one of my favorite events. It's the Santa's Candy Cane Express, and it's our Toys for Tots toy drive. So if people bring a toy for Tots, they'll get a free train ride aboard the train, and they'll be able to visit Santa, get a cup of hot cocoa and stuff. Now, for more information, what you need to do is go to our website, hesston.org with 2 S's, so it's hesston.org.
All right, thank you so much for this interview and behind the scenes.
Yeah.
what does it mean for your organization to have a museum like this involved?
It's absolutely amazing. Hesston Steam Museum is a not-for-profit to start with, and to have them turn around and do something like this to help support another not-for-profit is a really good deal. They've been involved with this program for probably 7 or 8 years now, and it's gotten bigger and bigger every year.
So you think that, I mean, the Christmas season will be a lot brighter for a lot of LaPorte families because of the museum support?
Absolutely. I can't even begin to tell you how important it is for these guys to do this. It might not seem like a big deal to have one company do this, but when you have 9 or 10 organizations like this that really put their heart and soul into this Toys for Tots program, it makes a huge difference for thousands of kids in LaPorte County.